So thank you guys for giving me just a couple minutes of your time. I'll keep it pretty short. It's a bit difficult to follow a Merry Christmas speech from an ambassador, but I also want to say God Jul to everyone. I want to say just a few things about who we are as an organization, and then give you two quick stories to demonstrate the impact that you can have by working with us, and then lastly to explain some very easy ways that you can help us and then help the children. So I'm Haakon, current chairman of Kids Action for Kids. I consider Thailand home for sure. I've lived here for about 10 years. We moved here when I was young, and when we got here, we eventually started Kids Action for Kids, both kids and adults together, because we wanted to give back to a country that had been so welcoming to us, yet had so many people less fortunate than us. The cause we've been working with for almost the whole time, and that we will continue to work with for the foreseeable future, is Operation Smile Thailand. Together with them, we work to fund surgeries for children born with cleft lip and cleft palate. Some of you may be familiar with these conditions, and you can read more in the brochures on your table. But basically, it's when the face hasn't completely mended in the front, leading to either an open lip or an open gap in your palate inside your mouth. And some of the obvious problems from these conditions are, of course, one, breastfeeding and eventually eating, and secondly, speaking, and of course, how it looks. But the second level impact of this is, one, malnutrition. In fact, 1 out of 10 babies don't live past their first birthday. And secondly is the social stigmatization. You can imagine if you can't speak properly and can't eat properly, and you have this very noticeable condition on your face, it's hard to fit in like other normal kids. The good news is you guys can help fix it. So for it's under 1 hour, the operation, and about 25,000 baht, you can fix this operation forever. And I want to tell two quick stories that will demonstrate exactly the kind of impact you can have. The first one is the emotional side. I told this story last year as well, but it's one of the more profound experiences I've had while doing this kind of work. So we were at one of our medical missions with Operation Smile at a rural hospital in Thailand. And this old man, must have been in his 70s, had been hanging around the hospital for the few days that the surgeries had been going on. And we asked him, because we saw he also had a cleft lip. We said, what's up? Why are you hanging out? And he said, well, I wanted to see if at the end of the week, if you had any more capacity, if you had already operated on all the kids, would it be possible that I could also get an operation? And we said, fortunately, yes, we do have capacity, so we can give you an operation too. But just out of curiosity, you've been living with this for 70 years. Why do this operation now? This has kind of become part of who you are, right? This is kind of part of your identity. And he looked down for a second and looked back up and said, I want to have my first kiss. And so that to us was pretty powerful. If you can imagine going 70 years without a kiss in your life, you can imagine the emotional impact. Now, the emotional side is great, and I think that inspires a lot of passion in people to help. But I also want to demonstrate the concrete, even socioeconomic impact that these surgeries can have. So another example is a 12-year-old kid we had. He came with his mom to the mission, said he hated going to school. He was bullied, didn't have any friends, couldn't speak properly in class, and his mom actually had to come to his class 2 to 3 times a day to help him do basic things such as eat. You can imagine being a middle school guy. If your mom's coming to help you in class a few times every day, you're probably not going to be the coolest kid. It's not easy growing up with that. Additionally, because she had to help with this, she could not work a full-time job. So after the surgery, and he came back to the next mission and told us this story, he said, or his mom told us, he loved going to school. He had friends now, so he loved going outside of the house and talking and interacting with people. On top of that, she could have a full-time job, so they doubled the family income. So you can imagine an hour operation can completely turn around somebody's family's future, really, because now the kid loves going to school, loves education, and the parents have double income. So what you're really doing is you're really elevating them one rung on the socioeconomic ladder. You're changing almost their status in life and their chances at life. So it's not just the emotional part, but the socioeconomic impact is also huge. The last thing I want to talk about is how you guys can help. So one easy way is donations on our website. Another easy way is if you want to, as a group or as a company, we're always looking for corporate sponsors to help us out with any kind of amount. And the third way is here today, you can go to any one of these wonderful exhibitions and crafts workshops to buy some of the gifts that are all supporting Kids Action for Kids. So we have, as mentioned, Ellie's wonderful photography over here. We have craft sales over here, as well as soap over here. And then we also have a crafts workshop here, as well as a slime workshop and sales point over there. So the last thing I want to leave you with is that if you give donations to Kids Action for Kids, 100%, let me say that again, 100% of what you give goes directly to the surgeries. That means all administrative costs is covered by us out of pocket. So every single baht you give goes directly to the surgery itself. The other thing is that we don't have any paid employees. So again, it all goes there. Secondly, it's matched by a financial partner. That means the amount you give is doubled. So I don't know of many other places where you can give a certain amount of money and it's doubled, and 100% of it goes directly to a cause. And to see the before and after picture of exactly what you've done is quite powerful. So please check out these stands today, all these places, buy some holiday gifts, and consider donating to Kids Action for Kids. Thank you very much. God jul.